There.
It's on, good. Wanna bring it closer?
No, no, I don't want to bring it closer
Why?
because I want to be able to see the stuff in the background. What do you mean?
I can't hardly see them.
Well, I can turn it this way, so you can't hardly see them. Well, we'll go zoom full screen on their screen. I just want to see the background.
That's 3.
No, that's
I can't
not any
see
better.
anything down there. You have sound on? Or is it them?
They probably are muted. You're muted.
Kelsey Webb is connecting to audio. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Hello? There we go.
Talk, say something.
Hello.
Okay.
Can you?
Well, first let's start with Kelsey's shirt. Can you see it?
No,
I'm gonna try and go full screen. Hold on.
I love my grandpa. Nice, nice.
She started crying when she opened it.
Oh, where did you
How
find
do I
it?
pin?
Amazon.
Oh,
There we go.
Amazon. Good. There we go.
Of
Now we
course.
have you full screen.
Yay. We have you full screen too.
Oh yeah, we take up the whole screen for
Yeah.
sure.
Where are you at?
The living room.
Oh, change things around.
No, we brought in a couple of Kelsey's plants for atmosphere. I like my
Atmosphere.
silk plants very much, so we brought in some live ones.
None of us like the silk plants.
Except me. My silk
Dusty old
plants,
fake plants.
but they don't die.
Neither do
No.
these.
We set up in front of the display case because the whole bottom shelf of the display case
Well,
is
all of it. It's
well-
top shelf too.
well, the bottom is your dad's things from horse racing and stuff.
Yeah.
So we kind of
Oh,
anyway,
what's on the top shelf?
pictures and some Americana stuff. Then the middle is just knickknacks. That one's knickknacks and David's motorcycles that he made in prison. And then
How do I unpin this here? Hold on.
the glass ship that Kim brought back from Disneyland, you know, at your dad's funeral, we had oh, can you see him? At the funeral, we had the one
Oh.
about crossing the water, and that's what that ship is for. And then down on the bottom,
Well, you're in the way, so I can't lower it so they can
Oh,
see it.
yeah.
because can you not just narrate from without touching
I
the
can.
glass?
on that side is what was on his desk when he was at the Racing Commission.
Can you see it?
That his pen and his.
Yeah, we can actually.
And then that's when he was the judge for the racing. That's a Norman Rockwell, by the way. It's a
Ah,
rare sculpture. That was the candy dish he had on his desk when he worked at the Racing Commission. That's the official Diamondbacks keychain and stuff from the opening day of the Diamondbacks that he went to, the little keychain down there. And that's of course his
Answer
picture,
due.
Answer Due, which was
I was
Brad
with him.
Rollins.
I was with him that day.
that was Brad Rollins.
I went out to see it.
That
That
Oh,
was on the
okay.
Kentucky Derby.
no,
Yes, he did. Answer due. Yes, he did.
yeah, he still
Or
holds-
maybe he won the Belmont Stakes. He was a world famous horse.
he owns the world record for the length of whatever he does, whatever it's a mile and a 16. I don't pay attention to how many furlongs a horse runs. So
well, Kelsey didn't get a chance to read that text you sent, so maybe you could start with what you guys came up with Dad's favorite things.
came up with the list. Okay. I
Go
asked-
slow, because there's a lot.
Holy crap, girl.
And David came up with it.
Yeah.
We did this on a drive, so
Yeah, I cornered him. Tommy loved, in no particular order, all sports, including boxing. I don't know if you knew he liked boxing.
No, I didn't know.
I
that.
didn't know that.
One of
Yeah.
our first dates, he took me to Madison Square Gardens down in downtown
Yeah.
Phoenix, which was the pit of the world. And one of his friends was boxing. He knew a lot of boxers that boxed down there.
Well, I didn't we used to watch like the Muhammad Ali fights and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He loved the
and he followed local boxing in
followed local
Arizona
boxing.
and Mexico.
and
Oh,
And
okay.
I know because I used to hate watching
who
it.
was the little
Cesar Chavez,
anyway?
Manny Pacquiao.
I know more about the LA Dodgers. We know he was a Dodger fan,
Oh,
and
yes.
he grew up listening to baseball on the radio.
And we always had the stupid baseball games on in the car.
Yeah, he would
Everywhere.
rather listen on the
On the
radio,
radio,
than
yeah.
watch on television.
We can
Now-
visualize it
Yeah.
so well.
I go to sleep in seconds if I'm listening to it on the radio. But no, he visualized it.
What's
yes.
funny is that I do the same thing. I listen to the radio at night every night. Like it used to be well, it kind of is AM radio, but like Coast to Coast with George Norrie. But it's something that Dad used to always have the radio anytime at night. That stupid
Yeah,
AM
yeah,
radio would be
yeah.
on. Listening to talk radio by his bedside, and now I do it. So
Yeah.
Now you get to drive everyone crazy.
yeah.
In the gene somewhere. Okay, his second favorite team was the Dallas Cowboys. Mean Joe.
Oh yeah.
who was
Mean Joe Green. I
Mean
don't
Joe
think-
Green. He was the most famous. Yes.
He didn't play for the Cowboys, Mom.
No.
I
He
know.
played for the Steelers.
Troy
No,
Aikman.
oh
played
no,
for the
no!
Cowboys.
Your dad loved the Cowboys. Let me tell you,
Yeah,
the
but-
Dallas Cowboys, not the
You got the wrong person.
Yeah, that guy didn't play for the Cowboys.
Joe Green did.
He just mixes all sports together.
Mommy didn't.
He played the Steelers.
You're thinking about Danny White and those guys.
Dennis White, yes.
Yeah.
And who is the guy that lives in Scottsdale? He's a wide receiver. Anyway, he was on Dallas Cowboys. Okay, unless you have
Moving on,
something else to
moving on.
contribute. Moving on.
Oh, wait. Let's go back to the Dodgers. Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah, the manager
Oh,
and
yes, Tommy
Fernando
Lasorda.
Valenzuela.
And that-
Yes.
we
yes,
still
I
have the
remember that.
Fernando Valenzuela T-shirt here. That's one of the
Really?
things I found in a drawer over there. Yeah,
He loved Fernando. Tommy Lasorda. Yeah, and Dad reacted the same way to me. Most of the bad calls by the ump, when Tommy Lasorda would throw the water shit at the ump, that's how they reacted to bad calls.
and
They were very similar in many ways.
his favorite story about Fernando Valenzuela. Fernando
Yes.
Valenzuela grew up very poor down in Mexico. And for his birthday one year, his parents couldn't afford a cake, so they gave him a picture of a birthday cake.
What?
That's a true story about Fernando
He was probably
Valenzuela.
like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm hungry.
Is it a scratch and sniff?
A
Yeah,
picture.
scratch and sniff.
Your dad loved that story. Now you love that story. Coyotes hockey.
Which they came to Phoenix in '96 from Winnipeg.
So,
So,
yeah, it was right before. And of course, the Diamondbacks. He was at the opening game of the
well,
Diamondbacks
and he got to do the tour of the facility,
because Galen,
with
Galen
Galen.
did the lawn,
the sprinkler system.
yeah, for the
for the
field and
field there.
everything. So,
That's right.
He was one of the
That's
architects. So he arranged for Dad to do that, a full tour. He got to go inside the manager's
yeah,
office and
everything he was-
all the upstairs admin area and got to see all the kind of really nice behind the scenes stuff.
and Galen
We
gave
have,
it,
we have pictures
we
of
have
him in
pictures of
there
that.
somewhere.
Galen gave him 2 tickets to opening day of the Diamondbacks. And I told your dad that I didn't really want to go. I know, that's
Didn't
terrible.
Jared go? Or he went?
No, Uncle Daryl went. He
Uncle
invited
Daryl.
Daryl. Yeah, he and Daryl went. Well,
Oh,
Daryl
okay.
was like a brother to him, so it meant a lot more to Daryl to go to
Yeah.
than it did for me. So anyway, he went to the Diamondbacks game. And of course, he liked umpiring. Somewhere around here, I still have his little umpire bag, and he has a clicker
Yeah.
out,
Counter.
a counter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somewhere
Strikes
around
and
here, I
balls,
still
yeah.
have that, strikes and balls.
Oh, wow.
He for years and years and
He umped
years
for a long
and years.
Yeah, $7 a game.
Long time.
He got
Yeah.
$7 a game.
And then church ball. $7 a game.
Yeah.
And then didn't church ball finally do him in?
No, it was the YMCA.
Mom.
The YMCA.
Oh, I thought it was the church league where it was just terrible.
No, it was the YMCA and
What did they do?
well, it was the Baptist. He umped the Baptist League, and they were the ones that were the bad sports. Oh, he used to play for the church league, and he just about killed himself sliding into second base, and I wouldn't let him play anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, he did, and he liked coaching. He did a lot of coaching.
He coached. Oh yeah, I mean he coached. Some
Jared.
Well, he coached Jared for sure. He coached all my baseball teams
Really?
from like T-ball minors. Yeah, yeah, he did at Deer Valley Park there on night. Yeah, yep. But he kind of was a coach at hockey at the Y. He was our coach one year.
And I forgot to
When we
put
didn't have a
hockey
coach.
down here because he was always at David's hockey games, roller hockey.
always at my travel games.
And we started.
Even all my house league games. Oh, I mean, he had to give me a ride in my games. But
Yeah.
But-
8 or 9.
yeah, like 8.
Does Kelsey remember when David dressed her up in the goalie stuff and we have a picture of her as a goalie?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh my gosh,
When
yes.
you guys lived with us on 43rd Avenue in Union Hills, when Kelsey was like 2, 3,
Hold on, stop.
4.
What?
When you
'Cause you
guys
had
lived with us
Kaylee.
on Union Hills,
So it was 4, yeah.
it was
Kelsey
you
was
and
about
Kelsey.
4.
Was,
No,
was
Kaylee-
Kaylee was
Kaylee
born?
was there with her,
Maybe
yeah.
Kaylee. Remember when Grandma Marge came? Or hold on,
Oh, yeah.
hold on, babe. You gotta switch that off.
We don't have enough internet.
What happened?
Well, Kelsey's trying to watch her program on the television. It won't support both of us, so she's got to.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, coaching and hockey. Remember, he got thrown out of a couple hockey games. The refs threw him out of the hockey games because he was making such a scene. He got really,
I thought he got thrown out a couple of Jared's baseball games.
probably
Okay,
that
should be
too.
better now.
Yeah, probably that too. We sat on opposite sides of the field when, we didn't even sit in the same bleacher when your dad went to the games because he got very, very upset with some of the ignorance.
Bad balls.
He was an umpire. He knew how things went, and he was very knowledgeable about what the rules were, and not everybody else knew as much about it as
That's what everybody thinks.
why I sat on a separate bleacher a long ways away. So anyway, okay, we got the umpiring, coaching. He loved missionary work. He was a missionary in New Zealand, and he loved the Maori people. He had, a lot of interaction with the native people there, and he was on the South Island, which is actually the colder of the two islands. It's the one that's closest to the South Pole.
Come on, Chad.
So it was, when you think of New Zealand and pretty sheep farms, and he was someplace where it was a lot colder than that. He rode a bicycle briefly, but then he got promoted to kind of supervising elder, and they got him a car. Teddy's
Hi, Teddy bear. Hi,
is that?
It's Kelsey, right there. Hi. Now that's a look. Yeah. So anyway, he liked missionary work and he loved talking to people about the gospel. Lot of talking about a lot of people. He was a very good missionary. Okay, next on the list is horses. Grandpa Tom loved horses. Some men are born loving. My dad was born with airplanes. I mean, he played with airplanes and built airplanes since he was 3 years old. Grandpa Tom was born loving horses. Now, you never knew Olive's husband, Grandpa, your great grandpa. What was his first name? Oscar. But your dad, your grandpa, and Oscar used to sneak out of the house and go to the horse races when they were down at the fairgrounds. You know where the fairgrounds there on Van Buren?
At the Coliseum.
Mhm.
At the Coliseum. Yeah, they used to sneak out of the house, and grandma would kind of lock them out of the house sometimes when they came home. She was really, really upset about them going to the horse races. So I think his grandpa contributed to his love of horses. And Grandpa Oscar was from Kentucky. So he was raised in the bluegrass state and raised around horses. And a great grandfather somewhere, the little short one that came over from Wales on Grandma Brandon's side, he was a jockey. And when he came to the United States and didn't speak very good English, that's how he supported himself, was as a jockey. So
I
horses,
didn't know that.
yeah, I think it was
I didn't know that.
Orville Daniel Williams or something.
I know the story about him coming over on the boat, sneaking onto the boat
Yeah.
at 15.
So there's a whole lot of horses in our background. So
Wait.
Kim and Jared kind of,
Yeah.
they got different versions of the love of horses, but
Mhm.
you know, that's where that came from. They came by that naturally. Okay. You're
Oh, wait, before you keep going, David, what were you saying about 43rd Avenue?
Oh, well,
When you
when
lived
Mom
there.
asked about Kelsey, if she remembered dressing up in the catcher's gear, the goalie gear that I used to put on her, because we played knee hockey. I used to play knee. Do you remember me playing knee? Inside, I always had a mini hockey stick.
Yeah.
Fireplace was the goal.
Yeah.
My friend Mike Wilson.
It's
Yeah.
amazing anything I have survived.
But Kelsey, we used to have a kitty gate that we put in the garage, the door at the garage, because the garage was always open and that was more like our front door. We didn't use the gate on
door,
the side
yeah.
because we had a dog on the side of the house usually, so we didn't open that gate much. So,
Oh,
but I would have my I had my full size hockey goal in the garage, and I would always play hockey in the front driveway. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelsey would stand at that little baby gate like this in the kitchen watching me for hours on end play hockey in the driveway. Yeah,
Uncle David,
audience of one.
audience
Yes.
of one, and David loved
I'd
to
be like,
perform
watch
for
this,
an
Kelsey.
audience.
Watch this. She's like, Baba.
Okay, next on the list is your grandpa loved Arizona. He didn't want to live anywhere else. He didn't want to travel anywhere else. He just liked Arizona. Don't know why, because he hated the heat, but loved Arizona, and he was very invested in Arizona politics. I mean, he knew the history of who ran for what, and you know, all the way back to Goldwater and before. And I don't know who was before Goldwater, but your grandpa knew all about politics. That was another one of his loves. When we were first married, he had taught, a friend of his was the personal secretary to a congressman. It wasn't Orrin Hatch. I can't remember who he was, but a congressman. And this guy was actually best man at our wedding. And your grandpa talked to him and told him that he wanted to be an intern in the White House.
Okay.
And whatever they call, not ushers, but whatever they call them. So he wanted to do that. And the guy said, you don't want to go into politics. It's not, it's a nasty business, you know, nobody's what they seem. And so he kind of talked Grandpa out of doing that, but didn't make any difference because he still loved politics. He was always involved in something.
Always talking about politics.
Oh,
That's the AM radio you usually listen to. It was
yes,
Like NPR or
not NPR, whatever the talk show was.
Yeah.
On food. Okay, we had talked about watermelon. The watermelon
Yeah.
for Kirk. We talked about strawberries. And one of my Christmas ornaments that I have is a strawberry, and that was Grandpa Tom's. And he liked my homemade strawberry ice cream, and he liked my homemade strawberry shortcake. So he loved anything strawberry. He'd just go crazy for strawberries. David swears that he loved carrot cake more than chocolate. Now, we kind of have a difference of opinion there, 'cause I
Yeah.
thought it was chocolate. I don't know why he remembers carrot.
He loved carrot cake. I know
What do
that.
you think?
I would have to say carrot cake too.
Real, there you go.
That's
Was it-
what
That's why I love it.
My homemade carrot cake that he liked. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a really good recipe for homemade carrot. Yeah,
That
pretty
makes
good.
it okay as long as
Yeah.
it's her cake.
yeah, it's pretty.
It's
Costco
okay for
carrot
me to be
cake.
wrong as long as it's about my cake.
Okay, and then his favorite dinner was pot roast with carrots and potatoes.
Mhm.
Which
He
we're
liked-
having tomorrow.
But I planned it tomorrow, so I was going to show you. pot.
Yeah, I know.
It's frozen right now. He didn't like anything very not exotic, but creative. Not
I don't remember him being a big salad eater either.
now he liked peas, but that's about the only vegetable he really
Kind of
liked.
like me.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like,
Well, we weren't going to mention that, David, but
I don't like anything exotic or creative either.
No spice.
Keep it plain, keep it simple, and keep it bland.
You know the rice and gravy that I make? That's
Yeah.
that's my version of beef stroganoff, because he wouldn't touch anything that had even been near sour cream.
Me?
No, your dad.
Oh,
No sour cream. Not a mushroom.
I hate sour cream too.
He,
I won't-
no, you couldn't cook with a mushroom, you know. So not very plain food. The other thing that he really, really liked was hamburger gravy and biscuits for breakfast.
Hmm.
You remember those, Tracy?
Yeah, but I don't remember liking it.
Yeah, I tried.
Me
Not,
liking it.
I tried.
Hamburger gravy, what?
I tried not to make it too often.
Really?
It's not healthy.
Hamburger gravy.
Shocker.
No, hamburger gravy over homemade biscuits.
Oh.
That's-
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, biscuits and gravy. But
Mm.
hamburger gravy, not sausage. He didn't like
Oh,
sausage.
I don't like sausage either.
Yeah, so not sausage gravy.
Wonder where my taste buds come from. We're unraveling the mystery right now.
Okay. Grandpa Tom loved music. He loved almost all music. He loved singing. Did you know he had his own band, Kelsey?
No, I did not know that.
That's how he supported himself in college, and that's what he was doing when I met him. He was the lead singer. The band was called Tommy G and the Alibis.
Yes, really.
Really, really good. Somewhere around here, I made David a little frame picture of Tommy G and the Alibis with his business card, but there's a picture of them on it. And
Where's that? I've never seen that ever.
it's around here somewhere.
Okay, we'll have to dig.
Now,
that.
wait, didn't he play guitar too?
No. He played
No?
the tambourine. He played the tambourine. Tambourine man.
Now, wait, wasn't there a story about Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
Yes, there was. Alice Cooper's real name is Vince Fernier. And we went to Glendale Community College with Vince. Your dad was student body president at Glendale Community College the first year that it opened, and we helped plan it. And Vince Fernier had his band. I don't They were called the Spiders then.
Yeah.
It was before he
It
became
wasn't
Alice Cooper. Yeah, he
Yeah.
wasn't Alice Cooper yet. But Vince Vernier said, we're going to Los Angeles. We're going to make it big. Do you and your band want to come with us and we'll share gigs? And your dad thought about it and he decided that he didn't want to. And Vince Vernier went to California, changed his makeup a little bit and became Alice Cooper. And yes, so yes, we did know Vince Vernier before they were big. But he played at a lot of, at the Air Force Base, he played at the NCO Club a lot. They really liked his music. He played James Brown.
When was this? What years?
Well, we were dating, so it was 65, 64, 65, somewhere around
At Luke he played?
there. He played at Luke almost every Saturday night.
Oh,
And he played at the church Saturday night dances.
Who?
Your dad's band.
Oh, I thought you meant Alice Cooper. I'm like,
No, your dad. They used to have the tri-stake Emmett and Gleaner dances and stuff, and he played
Uh-huh.
those. And his favorite singer was Elvis. He adored anything Elvis did. And second was probably Garth Brooks. And David says George Strait. I don't remember.
he
any
like won the
particular-
90s. All he listened to was country. That's all we ever listened to.
Okay, yeah. Well, he liked country.
Like
What
but
about Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
no,
Uh,
I don't think so.
I know Jared really liked Kenny Rogers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know about him.
I know Carrie really liked Kenny Rogers because I remember my summers up there. That's all I listened to. Was his 8-track
That
tapes.
those stupid tapes he listened to when he went to bed.
Yes.
What were those?
Oh yeah.
That was
Jackie
Jackie
Gleason.
Gleason. Yeah, that was Jackie
Oh
Gleason.
my God. Those
Yeah,
things.
I threw away probably 300 8-track tapes.
But he only listened to one. So the other 299 tapes were out.
He
It
had
was the same songs every night, as loud as you.
the Jackie Gleason.
Oh
ones.
my God. It's so
The
loud. The neighbors could hear it all morning. They didn't get up till 2 o'clock, so that stuff was blaring.
The only way he could get to sleep.
Yeah.
So your dad was an early riser. He did not like to sleep in late. He was
Didn't
al-
inherit that.
he was always up and about and busy. Always kept himself busy. Okay, so what else do I have on
Now,
there?
did David ever see the what was that show called with Archie Bunker?
Oh, yes.
That was so dad.
All in the Family?
Yeah.
Yes.
All in the Family?
Yeah.
So here's a funny story. One time, now that you mention that, I didn't remember it until you said that. But one time we were going ice skating. Dad was taking us. It was me and Mike Wilson. Remember Mike Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
We were going ice skating at Tower Plaza downtown on Thomas, and there's a big ice rink inside a mall.
Oh yeah.
And so we were out there skating, and when me and Mike got done and we were taking our skates off, and I could see a crowd of all these Asian people around Dad. And I was like, and they were, and I couldn't, and they, I don't even remember them speaking English very well. I think they were foreigners, like just traveling. And they were all laughing and talking to Dad. And I saw Dad shaking his head like this. And I walked up to him, and they were still talking to him as we walked up, and he was saying bye to him. I was like, what was that all about? And he said, they wanted my autograph. They think I'm Archie Bunker. I tried to tell them I'm not, but they don't believe me. I wanted his autograph, no joke.
Carol O'Connor.
That's
know-
how much he looked like him.
You know,
Yeah.
when we were doing
Yeah.
security at Metro Center, he opened Metro Center. He
I'll
was
tell you.
security group there. And people, like, every day someone would come up to him and remember him from the Saturday night dances as Tommy G. I know you, you're Tommy G. Hi, you know, everybody remembered him from his music days.
Yeah.
'Cause he kind of did stand out in the crowd. He, you know, he didn't look just like everybody else. They're very distinctive.
You don't have any recordings of his, do you, Mom?
No.
I asked
You
that
know.
question years ago.
There was one song that they did that I have never heard anyone else do, and it was their hit song. And there are I've never even heard that version of it. It was called Gypsy Woman, and it was so good. And
But did they ever record it?
yes, they did. Yeah.
So
Um,
who
the
got
guy
all
who the guy
recording?
who played guitar for them was named Les Skibby, and
He sold
I remember that name.
stolen goods out of his trunk. I remember that.
it was
right?
it was real estate. He went
Real
he
estate?
went to prison for income tax fraud as a real estate
I think he
agent.
stole. I think he stole like radios and
Yeah.
like he would get truckloads of stuff. I remember Rudy and Dad. Did Rudy know him?
I don't think after that.
I remember that name associated with
But-
black market goods.
But Les Skibby had a sound studio in his basement, and they used to go over there and record. And I know Les had a whole bunch of
What happened to him?
8-track tapes. I don't know what happened to him when we got married, and your dad kind of cut ties with him. He didn't want to go around singing in bars, as a married family man, and especially once Tracy came along. They did a lot of gigs at drinking places, a lot of drunks and a lot of smoking, and he just didn't want to do that anymore. So he cut ties with them.
I didn't know he ever played at bars.
Oh yeah, the Foxy Loxy or something down in Tucson by U of A.
I doubt that. Was
It was the Foxy something, and there were glowing, black light foxes chasing naked women all around the a typical college hangout.
Back in the day.
Yeah, so it just didn't fit well with your dad at all. So he stopped his music. I never could get him to sing in the church choir. He sang in the madrigal choir at college, a cappella madrigal choir, but he had a voice that kind of broke. It kind of had a country twang to it, or it broke, and he just didn't feel comfortable singing in a church choir. So I never could get him, but he had a great voice. Great voice. And what else is on this? Holy cow. Collectibles. You got
Collectibles.
baseball cards, posters, Tweeties boxes that were someday going to be worth a fortune.
Yeah, any memorabilia, autographed
yeah,
jerseys,
memorabilia.
bats. We used to go to spring training every year and get.
Autographs.
That was all we do. Sit down either by the batting cages or by the dugout where they were playing games. That's where I got Damon Easley's bat, and which he was supposed to be the next Derek Jeter. He didn't become famous, but I did get a bat, and he did sign it for me.
And your dad started that with Jared. So Jared has a lot more memories than even David
Yeah.
has, because they went to he would take Jared out of school.
Well,
the
all I
spring
wanted to
training
do
games?
was hockey at that point.
Yeah. And Jared loved baseball. Yeah. So
So question, Mom.
yes.
Did Bethany get her singing voice from you or Dad?
Both of us. I mean, I can't sing. No, I can't sing now because my allergies have ruined my vocal cords. I've had bad allergies for so long. I can hardly talk without squeaking, but I used to be able to sing rather decent.
I'm the same way too. My voice has been so jacked up for the last. I think it's all the smoke up here, honestly.
I don't know how professional singers keep their voices clear. I don't know how they avoid allergies and colds and postnasal drip and all of that stuff, because
They have all sorts of special doctors and people that work for them to make sure they can sing.
That's
yes,
right.
and
exactly
and
right.
they do, and voice training I'm sure helps.
Yeah.
Your dad at least made money singing. All I ever sang in was church, so that doesn't really count. I sang in a lot of choruses and choirs, but it was all volunteer ones where they couldn't kick me out. right? And I always stood next to the very best, strongest soprano.
That sounds like Bethany.
She would keep me on key. Otherwise, I'm kind of. I cannot sing harmony. Your dad could sing harmony when he wanted to, but I cannot sing harmony. If I don't
She
have
can sing.
melody, if I don't have the melody, I'm not there. You know, whether I'm singing alto, soprano, or whatever my key is, it's got to be the melody.
Bethany even sang tenor one time, I remember. Huh.
Yeah, I sang with all the guys in choir. But my range is, I'm a soprano too now. My range has gotten a lot wide, a lot bigger.
Yeah, I have to say that your dad was the best musician, but he couldn't read music. At least I can read music, but
I can.
he never had any formal training. And I don't know where or why he started his own band, where he started singing. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Because he'd already been in the military and then he went on his mission. And then he came and started at Glendale Community. Well, it wasn't Glendale Community College then. We were at Maryland, the Jewish Community Center at Maryland. And that's where I met him.
Maryland.
Maryland campus. Maryland Avenue off 19th Avenue. The Jewish, you don't even know where that is.
Like in Marysville?
No, it was right near Christown, right across the street from Christown. Yeah. Ancient history.
I remember Christown.
Yeah.
We were going there at Christmas.
That was my shopping mall, Christown. But I really don't know how he got started in singing. Oh, he sang on his mission. Bobby V or some famous musician toured over there and they needed a representative from the church to go with him and he sang on his mission. So he did. He sang on stage with, I don't remember if it was Bobby
What?
V or Bobby Vinton or.
Why would the church need to put an escort with a famous musician?
I don't know.
That sounds weird.
But I know he did it because I have seen.
Was he Mormon? Was it a famous church?
I don't think so. I just think your dad went as an emissary and representative of the church, trying to get, people to talk, to talk about the gospel.
Hmm.
So, but no, that's probably where he got his singing start. Because Grandma Marge could sing. And Olive, Grandma Brandon could sing. But never anything other than just church choir kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Love New Zealand too. I mean, I remember a lot of the stories from,
A lot of stories
his
from New
mission.
Zealand.
and he really liked the Maori people as their culture and.
Well, they're very spiritual. They're very close to the spirit world.
and
very in
like
touch with
good
those
people,
things
according
in
to
general.
Dad.
Yeah. The ones that he was associated with were very good people, down to earth.
Did he like the food over there?
No.
They eat oatmeal with water.
No, cornflakes. They put hot
cornflakes.
water on cornflakes.
They don't use milk for cereal. They use hot water. Hot water.
Ew.
Wouldn't that just make a hot bowl of mush?
Yes.
Yeah.
They also have things called sea eggs that are
Sea eggs.
yeah, but they're
What?
they're not eggs. They're like a raw clam or a raw something.
Oh.
And
Mm-mm.
he'd go visit the Maori homes and they didn't. What are you laughing at?
You guys could have a talk show. This is hilarious.
I'm glad we're keeping up our end of the conversation.
You are.
Well, you're the one that was going to have the list and talk. You guys said you had a list.
No, I wanted you to give me the list with this whole short term, short notice thing. I didn't have a chance to do a whole lot, but
You know what? I did look on the message and I sent it, and there were 3 bubbles that I sent it to, and it was David and Kim and Kelsey.
Not you.
It wasn't you. So
Uh,
I should wear my glasses when I text.
yes, you should.
Yeah.
All of that story.
yeah, because you misspell and use a lot of wrong words too.
I don't miss.
Yeah. It
I
autocorrects.
I mistype because, you know, I can type 80 words a minute accurately like this, but not CHEA. And AN.
David, don't you remember when I was little, we went camping, we went fishing?
Oh, yeah, at Asher's Lake. Do you remember when all 5 of us slept in the tent?
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the picture of David and Kelsey sitting in those little chairs with the
Yes,
fishing
but-
rod.
Yes, that was at
Was that
Asher's
at the lake that was stocked?
No, that was at Asher's Lake up by Flagstaff. And it was a
remember
dust
Ash-
bowl. It was just gray, alkaline. It wasn't even dirt or sand. Oh, it was a horrible place.
Asher.
I don't remember anyone ever catching fish.
No, we never.
No?
That's why I hate fishing, because I always
We, Bethany, we took David to a stocked pond,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Grandpa Tom tried to teach him how to fish. He got him a little bamboo pole. Couldn't catch a fish in a stocked pond.
I only had like one kernel of corn as my bait and didn't get hooked.
Well, and Grandpa.
I wasn't really invested in catching the fish.
No. And Grandpa wasn't very good at any instruction either.
Probably thinking about
Well,
how.
and nobody would eat it anyway, right?
No, I wouldn't even touch it, let alone eat it.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna
Take it off
unhook
the
it.
stringer now.
Mm-mm. Cut it off. Let it go.
When he was
Well, or you could be like Bethany with eating the marshmallows that, you know,
That's when I was 5.
and letting the worms go free, you
I
know?
was 5. I
Now,
was
that's
5.
the best strategy if you're trying to catch fish. Letting everything go. That's my strategy, though. Yeah, God forbid I'm ever in a situation where I need to my life depends on my fishing skills.
are eating
I'm
fish
screwed.
to live. Yeah. I can hold
Or
my
hunting,
nose.
for that matter.
Or hunting. Yeah, I have a hard time.
See, I
catching-
come by it. See that?
Yeah. Grandpa Tom used to hunt, back not while I was alive. He never hunted when I was alive, I don't think. But
That's
he
when
used
they
to
were
go
little.
deer hunting and then he quit. Right?
I was gonna say, did he ever get anything?
He and Tony, what's his name? Tony somebody. 4 of them shot a deer. We never knew whose
What?
bullet killed the deer
How do they all shoot at the same time at the same deer?
because there
You're
was
not
only
supposed to
one
do that.
deer in the forest. I guess I don't know. But
I think you're supposed to.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. What was the other story you remembered, Kels?
I don't remember.
Camping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that before
That was
Bethany?
probably,
Or I mean before Kaylee? Sorry.
yes, that was before Kaylee.
that was before Bethany.
Well, long time
Dad
ago.
passed away before.
Right. Yeah.
Bethany was born,
Delta
remember?
was only like 2.5 when we went camping up at Ashland.
So that was before Kaylee.
Yes, it was before Kaylee, for sure.
Okay. Do you remember Kaylee being there? Well, Kaylee was on the train ride though, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
You guys were living in
What train ride?
when we went up to
Heber Creeper?
Beaver Creeper. That was so fun. That was Grandma Marge and Nadine.
Did I go on that?
No, you
No.
weren't with us.
Where the hell was I
I
at?
don't know where David was.
We know where David was.
Hockey
thank you.
tournament?
No.
Oh,
Well, I'm Kate Kelsey, 2.5 years old.
No, we switched gears. The train, the train was 98. The summer of 98, right before he passed away, our last trip up to Utah to see them.
Well, where was I then? You're saying you know where I was before Dad passed away? I wasn't doing anything bad at that point. So what are you insinuating I was
Okay,
doing?
I was thinking that you were at Hazelden by then, but you weren't. Not
No.
in 98. Okay,
No.
so I don't know where David was.
Wrong.
But
Eh.
your dad and I were the only 2 that went up there. Yeah,
okay.
we have pictures of that too. I don't know where you were. then.
Probably at a hockey tournament. That's what I'm
Who
saying.
would we leave
I was
you
pla-
with though?
Justin Butcher and
Oh,
his
Grandma
family.
Mar, Grandma Marge was up in Salt Lake with us and Nadine.
I could have been.
Yeah, because they lived in
Could have been.
Springville, remember?
Elvis,
They
I
lived
could
in
have been my-
Springville, yeah.
Lots of people.
Which is now where Jeff lives.
Lots of people.
In
In Springerville?
Springville.
Springville, yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Wow,
Springerville.
that's in Arizona.
No,
No, it's
just
Springville.
Springville.
That's where Graham. It's more fun if it has a Springer. Okay, whatever. Springville. Boring.
Mhm. No, that
Yeah,
was,
one word, but
No. That's where Jeff lives? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Why does he live in that? Isn't it
yeah.
a little town?
Hmm?
What brought him to Springville? Why does he live there?
His
Like-
new wife,
Oh,
they built a new house
they
there.
built a house there.
oh, cool.
isn't
I
Springville?
remember the mountains where I remember going to
Beautiful.
Grandma Marge and Nadine's house, and there was like that granite wall. Their street was
Yeah,
incline. I remember it. I used
Yeah.
to. They had a radio flyer wagon, and I used to get in it and like try and steer it down the hill. And there was like a spot go down. Yeah, but there were so many cracks in the concrete. The sidewalk had buckled in so many areas that if you got any speed at all, those things would just buck you right out of it. So I
David
learned
was-
my lesson quick that
It
was
was
not.
the original Crash Mobile.
Yeah.
Was.
Do you remember when Grandma Marge was watching Kelsey at her house and Kelsey was playing tag with another little girl? And I wasn't there, but, oh wait, no, I was there. And all of a sudden I heard Kelsey screaming and she had run into the tree face first
I remember.
and had a
remember when
contusion coming out of her head. Like
Oh, yeah.
I was freaking out and Grandma Marge was like, it's okay. This is normal. This is what happens when kids hit their head.
I don't remember that.
You're like,
She'll
"This
be
is
okay."
not normal.
Tracy, I remember when you were jumping on Ma and
No.
Pa's bed
No.
and you lost your balance and you cracked your head open on the footboard.
Well,
of
that's
Ma and
funny
Pa's
because
bed.
Kelsey did the same thing on the bed at our house, jumping on the bed on your guys' bed.
I never
You don't
had-
remember
I
when
never
she
had
hit
a
her-
footboard.
No, your nights.
Oh, my nightstand.
That right there, that thing behind you.
I'm sure that yeah. And
You
I
don't remember that?
Oh.
Oh man, dude.
Was it Kelsey
She
that
was
choked on
bleeding.
the hot dog?
Yeah,
And David did the high five on her?
that happened.
That really happened.
Yeah.
Still like
And he told me
the
not to eat any more hot dogs.
Yeah. Well, I also jumped on the bed and split my lip
No.
open because I have a permanent scar there.
That wasn't jumping on the bed. That was, we lived with Grandma Brandon at her little house, and we just brought Kim home from the hospital. She was about 10 days old, maybe. And I set her on the couch in the living room and had to go get a diaper. And you picked her up and was going to help me, and you walked into the kitchen holding Kim. And you at that time were like 2 years and 1 week old, and you're carrying this little baby and your tennis shoes stuck on the linoleum, and you fell. And yeah, you fell face first on the linoleum in Grandma Brandon's kitchen, and you held on to Kim so that she didn't hit hard, and she slid across the floor underneath the kitchen table. And we ran over there. Oh, is the baby okay? Is the baby okay? And we turned around and looked at you, and you were just nothing but blood because you had held onto her and smacked right into the floor. And we had,
What?
yeah, that's how you got that split lip. And we rushed you.
Oh, I thought that was from jumping on the bed.
Jumping.
Always
Eyebrow
makes
one.
up the most, yeah,
No, there's
the
some.
most heartwarming
some things in
tear
life that
jerker
I
she could come
remember.
up with. Like, no, I ran into the fucking wall. Actually,
Rushed you into
I
the-
didn't save an infant from imminent death. I fucking fell.
No.
Like,
No, we rushed you to the emergency, the pediatrician's office. And back in those days, they had these little papoose boards. And they lay you on your back, and then
I remember you talking about.
so that you're tied down. And all we could see was your little red tennis shoes sticking up. And they go straight around your mouth to do the stitches. And they ask your dad, come in, you gotta hold her head for us. Hold her head steady and talk to her.
Oh, they
Okay?
stitched my lip.
So your dad, well, is right along here. So your dad came.
Yeah.
In less than 30 seconds, he was passed out on the floor. Oh, we have a dad here.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom.
So now we're gonna stitch him up.
So I said, okay, Mom, come on in here. You gotta hold
We'll get
her
the
head.
family discount for stitches here.
But you looked like a cat with whiskers across your bottom lip because they did have this
Yeah.
your lip is really strong skin. I don't know why it's different, but they took something almost like a crochet hook and they had to
Needle.
jam it
Oh,
through your lip, and they used real strong
Yeah.
thread,
Yeah.
and it was black, and you had 9 stitches across here, and I had to constantly swab them with hydrogen peroxide because you got food in them. But no, that's how you
Oh my.
your dad
Wow.
was not one for an emergency. He
Kind of like me.
could not handle blood.
I can handle blood. I just can't handle the.
As long as it's not your own, right?
Well, and
Yeah.
yeah, no,
I don't really guess.
I'm
yeah.
fine with my own. It's your dad had a very soft heart, and he couldn't stand to see people that he loved hurt. And he just, whether it was shooting a deer, he could have never skinned a deer out in the forest. I
No.
mean, no, this was one of God's creatures, and he wanted to hunt so that he could provide for the family if there was ever an apocalypse and we had to live off the land. And that was the main
We would
reason.
have starved to death.
I didn't. Yeah.
Right, we would have
Good
started.
thing that didn't
No.
happen.
No, he was a good hunter. He had a marksman's badge from the military. I mean, he was a good shooter. No, he was a good shooter in the military. How's that?
I thought you were gonna say because he has Boy Scout badge.
I got all kinds of merit badges. If you base your capabilities as an adult off the merit badge you got as a little weasel, I'd be fucking Bear Grylls, okay?
Yes. No, your dad did have his infantry marksman from the Air Force. Basically.
Doesn't everybody have to get that to be a soldier?
You don't have to be accurate, I don't think. You just have to know.
You know how to pull the point and squeeze. Point.
He was in the Air
That's
Force.
nice.
He wasn't going to have to shoot anything smaller than a B-57 or I don't know. Anyway, he shot at deer, but if we had ever gotten a deer, I don't think he could have ever field dressed it. You know,
No, that's pretty gnarly. I've seen that.
that's not.
I tried to watch it on a YouTube hunting video of these guys that were hunting, and actually one of my best friends from Phoenix that got out of Arizona, well, got out away from everything long before he got too deep. He became a professional hunting guide, and he's been running for like the last, I don't know, since 2007, 2008. He's had his own hunting expedition business, and he takes people normally all over. It started out all over northern Arizona, and you should see the bears and the elk, dude. I mean, these things look like they're out of Game of Thrones. They're like a dire wolf. These things are 800-pound bears, massive.
Oh my god.
And so now he moved to Montana, and he's running guides, and he has Idaho, Montana, and still does Arizona too. But yeah, so I was watching a video of them getting an elk, and then they had to quarter it and all that stuff, whatever. And I was like, dude, there's no way. I couldn't even watch the whole video, let alone do it myself.
I don't like venison.
I'd be in trouble. I'd start eating salad at that point. Looking for lettuce, tomatoes, carrots.
We always had venison in the freezer. I mean, if we would
From
hunt
who?
the people that have deer, they share them with us.
If you never got a deer, how the hell we have deer meat all the
Well,
time?
we always camping together, and we always had some. But even in spaghetti, it tasted different. I didn't like the gamey taste, and you know, tacos, just couldn't do it. And Grandpa wasn't any better than I was. I mean, he tried to be macho about it, but no, there was no way he was eating it. So he eventually did give up hunting. Not guns, but hunting. He always liked guns. We just couldn't afford it. So what else? Did you give Kelsey? Did you give Kelsey?
Not yet. I want you to start talking about what it is. I'll gotta grab it.
Okay.
Wait, do I get a present? Tracy, are you grabbing mine too?
Are you grabbing David too?
I got one for Kelsey. Because this was her idea, and she's the one who remembers Grandpa the most because she is his first granddaughter. And when he used to rock you all the time in the rocking chair, what did he sing to you?
You're my sunshine.
You are my sunshine.
The sunflower necklace.
But it's a locket. Open the petals.
Oh.
Show her how to open the petals.
Oh.
That'll be your new favorite necklace, huh?
I was gonna say, even if you don't want to wear it all the time, you can hang it in your bedroom on your mirror or someplace special so that you can look at it and just remember.
David, I'll get you a necklace if you'd like.
Yeah, I want something. I don't like this whole everybody else getting gifts and not me.
You can tell he's the baby of the family.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Spoiled
yeah,
there.
Bethany's thinking the same thing. She's not saying it, but she's thinking it. Where's my gift? Gift
Oh
card.
my gosh.
I love gift cards.
It looks like we've only got 2 minutes left, guys.
Wow. Okay. Well, this was
Well, we're
fun.
at 2:59
Where do you see that?
up there at the top.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
did-
remember
But
Grandpa.
I
loved
thought it could only be
time.
40 minutes. But
Yeah, we
we've
were
gone
told
beyond
we had
that.
40 minutes, so I'm surprised.
I think it's if you have
So-
participants of 3 or more. So since it's only 2, there's no time limit. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
If we had
Didn't
4 on
Dad
here-
love
Yeah, good.
apple pie?
Yes.
Yes. Apple pie.
Okay, that's one thing. Yes.
Big
Okay.
one.
Did you get me an apple
Root
pie?
beer floats.
Root beer floats.
Homemade root
Yeah.
beer. You
Yeah.
have
Yes.
He loved root beer floats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. A&W root beer.
Yep. A&W.
my
Yeah.
homemade ice cream. I make really good
Oh.
homemade ice cream.
Are you making that?
Planned on it.
I'm waiting for what is it that's, yeah, I thought you were going to cook some food and shirts and stuff.
Tomorrow you get pot roast.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Tomorrow you get
All
pot
this
roast.
talk about food and a Weight Watchers thing just came on my computer. Reminder to log my foods for the day from Weight Watchers. Go ahead and clear that message out real quick.
Pizza. He
Ignore.
loved pizza.
Yeah, hey, my favorite food. I inherited that
Yeah.
gene.
What
That
horse-
sounds good,
yeah, what
actually.
horseman doesn't like pizza?
Oh my.
I know.
I've never seen anybody eat pizza like Ken though. Whew.
Really?
I could do that.
Kim
She,
could- Kim
she
could
can eat it
eat
day in and day out. Like NYPD, she'll
Yeah.
eat the next couple. They'll get
And
one that's
oregano's.
this big. Yeah.
Oregano.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like NYPD because they have that monster thick Sicilian crust.
You know what your dad
So
did
good.
like is my homemade pizza. I know you can't
I don't
picture
want
that.
that.
Yes, you can't picture
I don't
that.
want that tonight.
But back in the day, I made our own crust and homemade pizza, scratch dough. And
That's because we were so poor.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Yeah, when it's done out of necessity, I don't think you're meant to brag about it.
Hey, it's a lot healthier.
Okay. Highly doubt
Because
that.
you're such a healthy person.
This is literally like a talk.
Wasn't made with no Trader Joe's ingredients. We're running Bisquick and fucking
Oh, something that your grandpa
Bisquick,
did love.
Prego, and a bag of quick cut pepperonis. Here you go. Pizza.
Your grandpa loved to
what?
shop.
That's bread. That's saucy bread.
Grandpa loved to shop, especially groceries. He was always volunteering. Hey, you need me to run to the grocery
It's
store?
like me.
And what did he bring back? Ice cream and potato chips. That was the only reason he'd go to the stores,
That's
because
so
I
funny.
wouldn't buy those things.
So funny.
No.
I inherited that gene too from him. Volunteer to go to the store so I can get ice cream and chips. Gene.
This girl I work with swears that potato chips in ice cream is the best thing ever.
Yeah, salty sweet. No, I don't buy that.
French fries
No,
dipped in
And
ice cream.
no.
I
I
know
like
a lot of people do that. Not
Well,
me.
milkshakes, not
Like a
just
frosty from Wendy's.
Yeah, like a-
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I like French fries and ranch dressing or blue cheese dressing.
ketchup.
Oh, we had this interesting thing. What was it called last night? That
Belgian
Belgian fries,
fries.
and it had like 4 different dipping sauces, and the fries were, I don't know, it was really good.
I want
say
one
fries
of
with
your
it.
apple
like a
cider
Belgian-
donuts. That looks
Oh,
good.
they're all gone. I only got one.
Really.
They were, I think,
Apple cider donut.
yeah.
I didn't have any.
I don't eat any. I'm not a donut person.
Tom says that they fell.
Right.
He didn't eat them.
It was
I'm gonna go bullshit on that one.
They fell into his
Hey,
mouth.
he's got to invest a little bit more time and energy next time into coming up with a reason why they disappeared. Because falling, trust me, I've tried that theory time and time again. That Gary used to say the dog ate them. You know, that was, the dog ate everything.
everything. That doggy did that.
If every time that Carrie blamed the dog for eating something was true, the dog would have been bigger than Carrie. That's how I knew he was full of crap. But no, the dog's 30 pounds. He didn't eat an entire pizza and a bag of potato chips and the ice cream.
I just remember his robe having many pockets.
Oh, dude, I used to catch him when I first got up here. He had his little system in place. That
After we went to bed.
Of course, mom had no clue. She thought he was just doing so good on his diet.
He lost
And Mom-
75 pounds. I mean, he's had to have been doing something.
I don't know about all that.
He just changed the scale, right?
Yeah, but I caught him multiple times. He would go into the kitchen, do the dishes, to do the dishes. And
He always did them after we went to
he
bed.
waited until everyone was in bed. But when I moved up here, I was up. I'm a night owl, so I was up late. So I'd be up here and he'd
Right.
do the dishes, or I'd come up, at night to get something. And I caught him on numerous occasions stuffing half a loaf of bread into the waistline of his boxers. Yeah, and he'd go, and I'd be like, Carrie, what's in your pants? What are you talking about? Nothing. He'd go like this, and then he put his hand back on the waistline because they're about to fall out. And I told Mom about it. I'm like, he sneaked. That's where all the bread goes, right? Like, and they deny.
And his midnight snack was a package of saltines and a package of cheese slices. I mean, we went through saltine crackers and cheese. Like, I couldn't
Yeah, but
figure out
he
where it
ate
went.
like anytime you guys would come up or Kim would come up and we'd buy all this food, like all the remnants we'd forget about. All of us would like chips or sweets, and slowly they disappear. Like a little mouse
Leftovers.
was in there, just eating them up
He was the king of leftovers.
and sneaking food. Be very sneaky, sir. Yeah,
That and sneaking the alcohol.
yeah. Rum-
Yeah, remember the little thing of paws? Yeah.
When
yeah.
I got up here, we threw all that out. So there wasn't.
Oh, did you?
Oh, everything.
But I bought him a lot of rum when I.
Which he isn't supposed to have because of his diabetes. But
Eventually, I stopped.
yeah,
because of
David would
diabetes.
buy those little things
Shooters.
shooters at the mini market.
Oh, yeah.
than having them.
Oh, my. Oh, I know another thing Dad loved. Your Frito bean.
Yeah, me too.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
you did like my
Yeah,
Frito bean.
Yep.
And I won't make it because it's so unhealthy. I've just told David that I'm not gonna make it anymore.
She
Okay.
makes it.
Did you say
I
that?
make it a couple
It's
times
not
a
on
year.
Weight Watchers, okay?
Yeah. Well, aren't you allowed to have cheat days in there?
5 nights a week.
Just
Maybe somebody will make Frito Light.
one? Yeah, what if
it
I
won't
buy like
taste as
sodium
good.
free chips or something?
It won't taste.
Probably a way to do it. Make it healthy
Yeah,
version.
portion control.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. That's hard with Frito.
that doesn't work in our family.
Have you tried fat-free cheese?
Ah, rubber,
Not gonna happen, huh?
rubber. No, Mm-mm.
I haven't tried fat free cheese. either.
You wouldn't. Oh,
I like mozzarella. Is that good?
yes, mozzarella skim milk at least.
Yeah.
How much?
That's
what
goes on
how much
pizza.
flavor does mozzarella have? Think
Not
about it.
much.
Yeah.